You think pirates accepted rotten, moldy food, but here's the shocking truth that changes everything.
Fresh bread aboard pirate ships became moldy, maggot-infested death traps within days in tropical humidity.
Pirates needed carbohydrates to survive months at sea without starving to death from malnutrition. Successful pirate crews mastered ingenious bread preservation techniques, lasting 6 months or longer at sea. Most people assume pirates endured spoiled food because they had no other survival choices.
Smart pirates knew spoiled bread killed faster than enemy weapons in ocean combat situations.
They developed food preservation more advanced than anything available in European cities then. These weren't desperate attempts by criminals, but systematic, scientifically sound preservation methods for survival. Mastering bread preservation meant the difference between legendary careers and slow starvation death.
Regular bread in tropical humidity became deadly breeding grounds for toxic mold and bacteria. Warm, moist air provided perfect fungal growth conditions, producing deadly toxins within hours. These toxins caused organ failure, neurological damage, and death from apparent food spoilage. Bacterial contamination created food poisoning that incapacitated entire crews through violent vomiting and diarrhea. Spoiled bread made pirates too weak to defend themselves or operate ships effectively. Enemy forces didn't need weapons when pirates poisoned themselves with contaminated food supplies.
Insect infestations turned bread into breeding grounds for parasitic creatures, carrying additional diseases.
Weevils and maggots laid eggs inside loaves, creating disgusting protein while destroying carbohydrates. Fresh bread's spoilage speed was terrifying, as supplies transformed into inedible waste within days.
Visible mold appeared after internal contamination already made bread dangerous to consume safely.
Pirates couldn't trust their eyes because dangerous contamination was often invisible until consumption. Digestive damage from contaminated bread created permanent health problems, disabling pirates for years. Severe food poisoning damaged intestinal systems so badly, victims never digested properly again. Crew illness cascades from spoiled bread destroyed expeditions more effectively than military attacks. Ships with too many sick members couldn't function, while food supplies continued deteriorating. Entire crews became incapacitated, while remaining bread supplies spoiled, creating deadly death spirals. Ships were dark, humid, poorly ventilated spaces, providing perfect conditions for food spoilage.
Maritime environments offered no preservation alternatives that worked under constantly changing ocean conditions.
Maintaining bread during combat created impossible choices between fighting and preserving essential food. Picture managing delicate preservation processes while enemy cannons destroyed ships and killed crew. Ship ovens became fire hazards that could ignite gunpowder or burn vessels during battles. Fighting required all crew members, while baking demanded constant attention and fire management. Emergency food distribution meant consuming improperly preserved bread, causing post-battle food poisoning. Pirates won battles, only to lose crew members to spoiled food consumed during emergencies.
Combat timing forced pirates to abandon bread making, losing weeks of preparation and ingredients.
Resource allocation during fights diverted preservation fuel and equipment to combat activities instead. Pirates chose between immediate survival and long-term nutrition, sacrificing food security for tactics. Supply disruption during battles prevented obtaining ingredients needed for essential bread preservation processes. Successful battles became meaningless when crews couldn't maintain food supplies afterward for survival.
Tragic defeats occurred when survivors died from starvation after combat prevented preservation processes.
These men won battles only to lose the war against hunger slowly afterward. Smart pirates realized shelf-stable bread required completely different techniques from normal land baking. They developed hardtack creation methods, producing virtually indestructible carbohydrates, surviving any weather condition. Rock-hard ship's biscuits became the foundation of pirate nutrition during extended ocean voyages.
Moisture elimination was key because any water content allowed mold, bacteria, insects to destroy.
Pirates learned to remove every moisture drop through specific techniques, creating indefinitely lasting bread.
Flour mixture recipes were carefully developed for maximum nutrition while achieving optimal preservation characteristics.
Pirates learned which grain combinations and binding agents created durable, nutritious, preserved bread. Extended baking involved heating hardtack much longer than normal bread, ensuring complete moisture removal.
Pirates baked preserved bread for hours or days, achieving dryness, preventing spoilage during voyages. Cooling procedures prevented moisture reabsorption while ensuring bread remained edible rather than inedible rocks.
Pirates learned precise timing, creating hardtack, hard enough to preserve, yet soft enough.
Quality control testing determined when hardtack was properly preserved and ready for storage.
Pirates developed practical tests evaluating hardness, moisture content, and preservation effectiveness for voyages.
Storage preparation involved treating bread with additional agents, providing extra insurance against spoilage.
Pirates applied protective treatments, creating multiple barriers against moisture, insects, and contamination during storage. Batch production techniques allowed creating large quantities efficiently while maintaining consistent quality and effectiveness. They coordinated large-scale production, supplying entire crews for extended periods using available equipment. Preventing insect infestations required sophisticated storage methods and natural pest control techniques for protection. Pirates developed comprehensive pest management systems, protecting bread from insects that consumed carbohydrates.
Airtight container construction using available materials created sealed environments, preventing insect access completely.
Pirates built effective storage from barrels, pottery, metal containers, providing reliable pest barriers.
Natural repellent applications used plant substances, keeping bugs away without contaminating bread itself. Pirates discovered which herbs, oils, substances repelled insects effectively while remaining safe for consumption. Strategic storage placement positioned supplies in ship areas least attractive to insects, yet accessible. Pirates learned which ship parts harbored insects, optimizing storage locations for pest prevention.
Detection systems provided early warning about insect problems before they destroyed food supplies.
Pirates developed inspection procedures eliminating pest problems before significant damage occurred to supplies.
Preventive treatment made storage spaces hostile to insects while remaining safe for food storage.
Pirates prepared storage environments, discouraging pest infestations through careful environmental management and cleaning.
Monitoring procedures ensured pest prevention systems worked effectively throughout extended storage periods at sea. Pirates developed pest management protocols, maintaining insect-free conditions for months without constant attention. Emergency elimination provided rapid response methods, dealing with infestations threatening to destroy supplies. Pirates eliminated pest problems quickly when prevention systems failed or were overwhelmed completely. Human expertise was crucial because some pirates possessed natural talents invaluable for maintaining supplies. Bread specialists became essential crew members, keeping entire crews fed and healthy for months. Former bakers brought professional knowledge essential for creating preserved bread, surviving maritime conditions completely. These individuals became ship bakers, combining formal training with practical ocean environment experience. Innovation abilities helped specialists develop new techniques working under unique pirate operation challenges.
They adapted traditional baking for ships while solving preservation problems land bakers never faced.
Quality control expertise allowed masters to evaluate of effectiveness, ensuring bread remained safe and nutritious.
They developed testing methods, identifying successful preservation and detecting problems before distribution to crews.
Teaching skills enabled specialists sharing expertise, creating backup capabilities, ensuring knowledge wasn't lost forever.
Resource management maximized production using limited ingredients while maintaining quality and preservation effectiveness consistently.
Breadmasters worked with available materials, achieving consistent results, meeting crew nutritional needs.
Creative problem-solving helped specialists overcome countless challenges preserving food under changing maritime conditions.
They improvised solutions using available materials and environmental conditions for preservation success. Leadership abilities enabled masters organizing large-scale production, requiring cooperation, while maintaining efficiency and control. Best specialists were leaders managing complex food production operations aboard ships successfully. Extreme conditions required increasingly complex techniques, using disgusting but effective additives for preservation.
Revolting ingredients often made the difference between survival and starvation during longest voyages. Salt-cured animal fat provided preservation properties and calories while creating spoilage-resistant bread effectively. Pirates rendered and cured fats incorporated into dough, creating preserved food providing carbohydrates.
Fermented plant extracts created natural preservatives, inhibiting microorganisms while adding nutritional value significantly. Pirates discovered which plant materials fermented into preservation agents, effective and safe for consumption. Controlled alcohol additions provided antimicrobial effects, preventing spoilage while offering psychological morale benefits.
Small alcohol amounts prevented spoilage while providing morale benefits during extended ocean hardships.
Natural antimicrobial substances created preservation systems using multiple chemical agents, preventing spoilage through warfare. Pirates learned which natural substances preserved food effectively while remaining safe for human consumption.
Acid preservation used natural acids, creating hostile environments for bacteria while maintaining edibility. Pirates discovered acid preservation extended storage life while improving digestibility of preserved bread.
Mineral preservation added salt, ash, compounds, preventing spoilage while providing essential crew nutrients.
Mineral additives preserved bread while addressing nutritional deficiencies developing during long ocean voyages.
Combined systems used multiple preservation methods simultaneously, creating comprehensive protection more effective than singles. Pirates layered multiple methods for maximum effectiveness during extreme storage conditions at sea. Preserved bread evolved into currency, where hardness and quality determined exchange rates between crews. Different preservation levels created bread-based trading systems, functioning like primitive monetary economic systems.
Quality grading allowed pirates evaluating bread and assigning values based on preservation characteristics.
Different bread grades became standardized commodities, traded with predictable values between pirate crews.
Exchange calculations determined bread equivalency to weapons, tools, information, and services for trading.
Pirates developed sophisticated bread value understanding, allowing complex trading negotiations based on supplies. Rationing systems distributed supplies fairly, while maintaining reserves for emergencies and voyage extensions.
Pirates calculated consumption rates, managing supplies, avoiding starvation, while maintaining crew health and morale. Trading protocols established procedures exchanging bread between crews, ensuring fairness and quality standards. These systems created trust and cooperation between crews who might otherwise be competitors. Storage banking maintained reserves drawn during emergencies while generating interest through careful management. Some pirates became bread bankers, managing supplies for multiple crews while profiting from expertise. Economic planning around bread influenced voyage planning, crew decisions, and tactical choices affecting consumption. Bread economics became crucial factors in pirate strategic planning and operational decision-making processes. Market manipulation occurred when skilled preservers created artificial scarcity, commanding premium trading prices. Food specialists became wealthy through superior techniques, creating more valuable bread than competitors. These tales reveal human ingenuity, transforming basic necessities into sophisticated survival systems completely. Pirates mastering preservation weren't just criminals, but accidental pioneers of advanced food science. They developed techniques that wouldn't be understood by mainstream science for centuries afterward. Pirate preservation methods represented some of the most advanced food science of their era. Their moisture control, pest management, and storage systems influenced nutrition science for generations. Practical discoveries emerged from necessity, but contributed to genuine food preservation science advances. Pirates transformed basic human food into preservation art, proving survival meant mastering fundamental necessities. They understood civilization rested on keeping bread from rotting, becoming accidental food science pioneers. Social structures around preservation showed pirates at their most cooperative and knowledge-sharing moments.
Food production became community effort, transcending hierarchy, because everyone understood preservation required collective knowledge.
Innovation and problem-solving revealed remarkable scientific thinking that society never recognized or valued properly. Men dismissed as criminals possessed advanced chemistry, biology, and food science understanding completely. They developed preservation systems using primitive materials that rivaled sophisticated modern scientific approaches. Economic systems around bread demonstrated sophisticated understanding, rivaling legitimate commercial systems of the era. Pirates created complex economic relationships, showing genuine understanding of supply, demand, and value creation. Teaching and knowledge preservation created informal food science schools, maintaining expertise across generations. These men understood survival knowledge was too valuable to lose, and actively preserved it. Pirates mastering preservation understood something fundamental about human survival beyond simple food preparation. They learned staying alive required mastering basic human existence requirements under impossible conditions. Simple bread became sophisticated survival technology, sustaining life for months under maritime impossibilities. Masters of chaos understood civilization was built on preserved food foundation for human survival. Their success came from recognizing the fundamental human technologies were most important for survival. They proved mastering basics was more valuable than pursuing exotic solutions when survival mattered. Pirates became accidental food science pioneers through necessity rather than academic scientific pursuit. They demonstrated how human ingenuity could transform basic necessities into sophisticated survival systems. The staff of life became their weapon against the sea of death through preservation. Greatest innovations sometimes come from simplest human needs, when survival demands mastery of fundamentals. Pirates proved that survival technology could be more important than weapons for ocean success. Bread preservation became as crucial as navigation, combat skills, and seamanship for pirate survival.
These outlaws developed food science that influenced human nutrition understanding for centuries afterward.
Their techniques worked because they understood biology, chemistry, and preservation principles through practical experience. Pirates created food preservation systems that modern science would later validate as scientifically sound.
They solved complex preservation problems using only materials available through capture, trade, and improvisation.
Bread specialists held knowledge that could mean life or death for entire crews during voyages. Their expertise was so valuable that crews would fight to recruit skilled bread preservation masters. Knowledge transfer between generations ensured preservation techniques survived even when individual specialists died. Pirates understood that controlling food meant controlling survival, making bread specialists incredibly powerful crew members. The most successful pirate careers often depended more on food science than combat prowess. Bread preservation mastery separated legendary pirate crews from those that died of starvation. These techniques allowed pirates to stay at sea longer, giving them tactical advantages over enemies. Superior food preservation meant pirates could outlast naval forces during extended ocean campaigns. They turned basic survival necessity into strategic advantage that determined success or failure. Pirates who mastered bread preservation could raid farther from shore and stay independent longer.
Food science became as important as weapons, ships, and navigation for pirate operational success.
Their preservation innovations represented some of humanity's earliest advances in food science and technology. Pirates proved that survival knowledge could be more valuable than treasure for long-term success. They transformed simple bread into complex preservation science that sustained life under impossible conditions. These men became accidental scientists, solving problems that would challenge researchers for centuries. Their bread preservation techniques demonstrated human ingenuity, rising to meet survival challenges through innovation. Pirates showed that mastering fundamentals could be more important than acquiring exotic resources.
They proved that survival technology often emerged from desperate necessity rather than academic research.
Bread preservation became the foundation that enabled all other pirate activities and adventures. Without mastering food science, even the most skilled pirates would die of starvation. These preservation techniques allowed pirate crews to survive journeys that would kill others. They created food security systems that enabled pirate careers lasting decades rather than months. Pirates transformed bread from a liability into their most important survival asset through science.
Their preservation mastery proved that survival often depended on understanding basic human needs deeply.
These outlaws became accidental pioneers, proving that innovation emerges from life or death necessity pressures.
They showed that the most fundamental human technologies are often the most crucial.
Pirates mastered bread preservation, proving that survival science could be more valuable than gold.